The scent of jasmine was the first thing that pierced the veil of sleep. It wasn't the synthetic, bottled jasmine I knew from my old life, but something richer, more alive. I blinked, my eyelids heavy, and found myself staring not at the familiar peeling paint of my apartment ceiling, but at a canopy of sheer, shimmering fabric the color of a twilight sky. Panic, cold and sharp, clawed its way up my throat. This wasn't right. This wasn't my room. My memory felt like a shattered mirror, reflecting fragments of two distinct existences. One, the one I'd just left, was filled with the mundane. Deadlines, lukewarm coffee, the relentless hum of city life. The other, the one I was seemingly in, well, that was the stuff of fairy tales. Just hours ago, or was it days, weeks, I'd dreamt I'd been a princess, a vision of ethereal beauty. My reflection, in the dream's polished gold mirrors, had taken my breath away. I had long, dark hair that cascaded like a waterfall, eyes that seemed to hold starlight, and a face that was, quite simply, intoxicating. It wasn't vanity. It was an objective observation. The dream princess was impossibly, magically beautiful, the kind that inspired ballads and drove men to madness. And then I woke up. Except I hadn't woken up fully. I was still here, in this opulently adorned room. The soft silk of the sheets beneath me, the intricate carvings on the bedside table, the sheer scale of everything, it screamed royalty. A woman entered quietly, her face etched with concern, her movements graceful. She was older, bearing the weight of years and responsibility, yet she moved with the quiet confidence of someone accustomed to power. "Princess Annalise," she said, her voice low and melodic. "You had a restless night. Are you well?" Annalise. That was it. That was the name that resonated deep within me. A name I somehow knew, despite never having uttered it before. I felt a tremor of recognition, a connection to this identity that was both exhilarating and terrifying. "Yes, I'm well," I managed, my voice a little shaky. She smiled, the lines around her eyes crinkling. "Good. The king will be expecting you shortly." The king. My father, I assumed. Another piece of the puzzle slotting into place, though without any real memory to back it up. It was as if my dream had spilled into reality, not as a fleeting image, but as a full-fledged, undeniable existence. The days that followed were a dizzying kaleidoscope of new customs and unbidden knowledge. I learned the intricacies of court etiquette, the subtle nuances of political maneuvering, and the endless cycle of ceremonies and obligations that came with being a princess. I was surrounded by courtiers who bowed low, by servants who anticipated my every need, and by a father, King Theron, who regarded me with a mixture of pride and a quiet, aching love. And yes, I was incredibly beautiful. The mirrors confirmed what the dream had shown me. Heads turned as I walked through the palace gardens. Conversations paused as I entered the royal hall. It was strange, this external validation of an inner feeling. In my old life, I was just me. A woman, yes, but unremarkable. Here, I was a beacon, a symbol of grace and allure. It wasn't all glamorous, of course. I felt a constant tremor of unease, this knowledge of a life lived in another time, in another world. I often found myself staring out from the palace ramparts, searching the horizon for some sign of understanding, some clue to how this had happened. Was it magic? A shift in the fabric of reality? A collective hallucination? I've tried explaining it. I've stumbled through fragmented tales of a different world, of glass skyscrapers and horseless carriages, of lives lived at a breakneck speed. But the people here just smile and nod, attributing it to the whimsy of a princess who's been cloistered for too long. But every time I looked in a mirror, I saw the beauty of the Princess Annalise, a beauty that felt more than just skin deep. It was a beauty born of another world, a beauty I had seen in my dreams, a beauty I was now learning to live. It was both terrifying and intoxicating. This was my life now, and I had no choice but to embrace it, to unravel the mysteries it presented, and to just be.